Hello everybody, John back again, up in my loft space, under reconstruction. So I want to jump on this charming, whimsical tag thread thing set up by Alan, Static Traveller. First question was to show a record somehow related to dreams. This is a difficult one for me, but I've pulled out this one in the end. This is a Queensryche album called Empire. It's not particularly dream-like or whimsical, but there is a track on here called Silent Lucidity, which is all about lucid dreaming. And lucid dreaming is something I've often experimented with myself, never been able to do it really very well. I get close to it, but when I realise that I'm in the sort of the direction of lucid dreaming, I kind of, the dream breaks and I wake up. There's a spoken passage in the middle of the song here, Silent Lucidity, that gives instruction on how to lucid dream. I find that quite interesting. As a little supplement to that, I'm going to show you a novel, one of my favourite novels, by Graham Joyce, called Dreamside. It's all about a small group of university students that join an experimental group run by a professor who wants them to learn how to lucid dream, and then they start having all sorts of weird side effects and things. Really good novel, that. I've read it many times. Can't recommend it highly enough. So the next question was about showing a record with cakes or sweets on it. Again, difficult one for me. I ummed and ahed a bit, but I had to go for this. I had to go down the vulgar pun and pull out the cherry pie by Warrant. Small it is, but there you go. I must admit though, I was impressed by Rob Ison's answer to this question with his Little Feat record. I thought the euphemism on his record was so much better than mine, but there you go. Next question was to show a whimsical mode of transport, I believe. So I've pulled out the Undisputed Truth. That's the record, Method to the Madness, and there they are being zapped by this flying saucer in the corner, if you can see that. We'll see a bit more from them a bit later on. What was the next one? Something about the Fantasy World cover. So yeah, here I've pulled out The World of Ike and Tina. It's a live album by Ike and Tina Turner, and they've got this sort of like this crazy landscape happening all around them, made up with all sorts of diverse things. There's a teddy bear up here, and some fried chicken in the middle there, some legs, all sorts of crazy stuff, bottles and a Michelin Man, Van Gogh here. So that's my record of a Fantasy World cover. Show a record to do with outer space. Now here we go, here we've got the Undisputed Truth again. So this is the album Higher Than Higher, which I can only assume is in relation to band members being in outer space, as high as they could possibly be. There you go. There's deep space once again. Show a TV record, preferably a whimsical fantasy program. Didn't really have any programs to show or talk about, but I've pulled out this. This is The Wiz. I've never seen the film, and to be honest with you, I don't really have any recent memories of listening to this record either. It's by Quincy Jones, produced by Quincy Jones for Quincy Jones, and it's got Diana Ross. I think Michael Jackson even appears in this somewhere along the line, and it's, yeah, sort of the soundtrack to the movie The Wiz, which is based on The Wizard of Oz, of course. Yeah, I should give this a spin. It's probably really quite good. Show a record of a cartoon cover, or a cartoon somewhere on it. Cartoon I'm interpreting as being cartoon comic strip. Right, so here we've got a record, a Marble Arch record, by a band called Bruce and the Robin Rockers. So yeah, and it's got a Batman comic strip on the front. I've always found this a bit unusual because, you know, Batman is sort of dark colour, isn't he? Blue, black. Here he's got a red cape and a red hood. I don't know why that should be, but moments on this record are really quite good. So that's my answer to that question. Show a record related to childhood books, plays, etc. I've shown this before several occasions. This is the Butterfly Ball and the Grasshopper Feast, which is a sort of a musical side project by Roger Glover. It's got some big names on here. David Coverdale does some vocals, and Ronnie James Dio, and there's lots of other sort of, you know, stellar people from the time that perform on this record. So it's basically, it's a soundtrack to a sort of an animated film, I believe, that I don't know if it ever came off. The soundtrack is really good. There's good songs on here. It's not kind of rock or anything. It's genuine sort of, you know, musical music, I suppose. Beautifully done. Anyway, that's my answer to that question. Butterfly Ball. And show a record with an angel, with angels, fairies, nymphs, creatures of folklore on it. I'm going to go with this one. So this is a record by the Enid, and the album is called Airy Fairy Nonsense, and this, I believe, is a character called Fand. I'm not entirely sure, but I think she's some kind of a mermaid. She's got this big conch shell on her ears with these telephone cables or things there like they used to have, and there's, yeah, that thing reappears here on the water. So with that, I take to mean that she's some kind of a mermaid type character that communicates. Anyway, there you go. So that's my answer to that question. And show a record whimsical, related to death and or with something grotesque on the cover. Well, yeah, I'm going to pull this one out. 15 monster hits. And there we've got Frankenstein's monster on the front. So there you go. Thanks, Alan. I thought this was quite fun to do. Quite enjoying watching other people's take on this. Okay, I hope that's good. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Check out my next video. Bye. Hey.